on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app.
O'Connor and Company.
It's 7:36 here on a busy Thursday morning in your nation's capital as we continue to see the images of absolute order finally being instilled at the University of California, Los Angeles in Westwood, California. But the protesters are starting to try to push back and regroup against the police. It's dramatic stuff there with the faculty rooting on the terrorists who have destroyed that campus. And may I remind everyone, we're like 2 weeks away from graduation there at UCLA. Actually, that's not true. They're on a quarterly system. Their graduation is going to be first week of June. So we're about 4 weeks away from graduation there. Coming up on this program at 8:05, KT McFarland will join us. 8:35, Tom Bevan, Real Clear Politics. I'm Larry O'Connor, alongside Mercedes Schlapp this morning. Good to have you back from Hungary, Mercedes.
Larry, every second of the day there's something like popping on X. So the latest is that one of the spokespeople for the UCLA protesters, because, we have Hamas spokespeople, we have another one.
They have a whole PR campaign.
Wait. You're going to love this. Basically says, they explain their end goal is for, quote, more than divestment. She says, given that the University of California is founded on colonialism, it's inherently a violent institution.
Oh, there you go.
They're basically saying that the UC system is linked to both foreign wars and domestic issues as well.
So it's not about Gaza. It's about burn it all down.
No. It is about burn it all down. It is about UCLA, mind you, a crazy liberal institution.
Well, and this is why this election is so important. Every election is important, and they get more important every single day. That's why we're joined now by Nicole Harris. She's the chairwoman of the Republican Party in Maryland. I got to meet Ms. Harris at the Lincoln-Reagan dinner in Anne Arundel County when I was emceeing, and she's very popular. Everyone likes Nicole Harris, and she joins us now. Hey, Nicole, thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Or I should say good to talk with you. A lot of stuff going on here. We've got early voting now for the primary, right? Today. Is today the first day of early voting?
It is, and the polls are actually open. So they open at 7 a.m. every day, and they close at 8 p.m., and it's today through next Thursday.
Of course, here in the D.C. area, we've been focusing quite a bit on the Maryland 6th district, not only because it's right in our backyard, but also it seems the last several election cycles we've come so close, Republicans have, of winning that one. It's a pretty crowded field for the nomination this time around. Quite a few good candidates running.
Yes, there are actually 7 Republican candidates, which is the same number that we have in the U.S. Senate race, but it's not the most crowded field. We actually have 9 candidates in CD3.
Now, that's actually, I believe, my congressional district, actually, and because it's going to be an open seat, right? That's the one that Sarbanes is stepping down from.
Correct. We actually have 4 open seats. We have the U.S. Senate seat, CD2, which Ruppersberger resigned, or I should be saying is retiring, Sarbanes for CD3, and then CD6 because Trone decided to run for Senate.
So that's phenomenal, and that means a lot of opportunities for Republicans. Always easier to win an open seat than it is against an incumbent. Problem is, I'm seeing over on the Democrat side, Delaney seems to be the name in Maryland 6. That's a deep pocket. That's a lot of money. Trone running for Senate, a lot of money. This is going to take a lot. Whoever wins these nominations, it's going to take a lot of money to run these races, let alone win them. What can the state party do to help in that regard?
Well, we've been putting together systems over the last year to be able to really run a hard general campaign in all of these races. But in addition to the MDGOP doing what we've been doing, because of the excitement, because people are so disappointed with the Biden presidency, these opportunities, even in states like Maryland, a deep blue state, are really attracting the attention of the RNC, the NRCC, and the NRSC. They actually are seeing Maryland as a potential swing state of sorts when it comes to the Senate and Congress. So they're going to be helping. They're going to be putting infrastructure in. They're going to be helping our candidates get their names out. We're going to have recruiting for our volunteers from other states to be able to come in, help knock doors. So we've got a lot going on.
When you say we've got a lot going on, Nicole, what do you find to be the most effective tools that you have that you're working on? I always feel like the Republicans are behind, especially when it comes to early voting in these general elections. And basically, we know that the Biden camp, I mean, they're honed in on, they have a huge war chest. They're spending a lot of money to maintain these states. I mean, how is progress being made, like we're seeing in states like Pennsylvania, where the voter registration numbers are becoming a little more favorable towards Republicans?
Well, we do have some of our central committees have been focused on voter registration. What I have been telling our central committees do is to focus on voter outreach. So whether or not we're registering them as Republicans, are we making a difference in connecting with them and informing them of what Republicans believe in general and what we can do for the economy, for education, for the job market, those types of things? What are the Republican policies? So I've had our central committees doing that for over a year now, doing the outreach and making sure that we understand what the voters are wanting and making sure that they feel that they are heard. So that is the first and foremost thing that we've been doing for the last year. Now, come May 15th, we're not going to be in the primary anymore. Hopefully we will know who our nominees are by that point, and we can hit the ground running with actually promoting one candidate or nominee for the general going into November. And then it's going to be, voter outreach, more voter outreach, and more voter outreach by door knocking, by doing meet and greets, debates, et cetera, whatever is set up in each county.
I mentioned Delaney. April Delaney is John Delaney's wife. She's running because, this is what Democrats do. She wants to buy the 6th congressional district like her husband did, like David Trone did. She doesn't even live in Maryland 6. And here's a little taste of her campaign message.
I'm April McLean Delaney, running for Congress to rein in MAGA extremists and find common ground.
Yeah, Reagan, I love that. We want to find common ground, except for those MAGA extremists. This is going to be the message. She also emphasizes abortion in this message, too. How do we win Maryland 6? It's right now it's a D+2 seat.
Correct. It is the most winnable seat for Republicans in Maryland at only a D+2. Again, it's about voter outreach. It's about connecting with the people. And, of course, they are going to spend a lot of money. That's what Trone has done. That's what Mr. Delaney did before. And now, obviously, his wife is also doing it. So they've got the money. We've got the message. We have the heart. And again, there are so many people who are disappointed by the Biden presidency, especially in those suburbs like Frederick and Montgomery County, that make up a good portion of the voting aspect of CD6. That when we start talking about security and illegal immigration, because those are real concerns for people in that area, we can win by doing that and just making sure that we are actually knocking on as many doors and connecting with as many people as possible in person.
Well, we're going to hear a lot from you, I think, as the Senate race is up for grabs and very winnable, and Maryland 6 at the very least very winnable. I'd love to think that Maryland 3 and Maryland 2 are also in the ballpark as well. Maybe even some others. A lot of open seats this time around. And so you've got your work cut out for you. Nicole Harris, chairwoman of the Republican Party of Maryland. Thank you for being part of our conversation today. And everybody should get out there and vote. Early voting today for the primaries, right?
Yes. Do not forget to vote.
Don't forget to vote.
Voting is so important, and especially if you can bank your vote early, then in the general, when you're banking your vote early, then I don't have to spend money tracking you down to make sure you get there.
All right. Because you will. You will track them down like the dogs they are. Thanks.